How is a Coachbuilt car brought to life? During the 2017 Monterey Car Week, the first Runge RS was on display. It was there a Chicago collector fell in love with the design and asked if it could be built as a coupe. I set forth producing a quick Photoshop rendering fitting a Porsche 906 windscreen to the existing car. This provided a starting point and the commission was official. We based the coupe design off of the same chassis as the existing RS. This build would use both front and rear torsion suspension with a mid-engine power plant. Braking is provided by custom-vented Porsche 356B drums, shifting from a custom-built 4-speed Get-Drag long box. We initially installed my twin-plug Porsche 356 engine while the 2.3-liter was being built. The two-bug was built pulling all of the shape from the original buck design with a few modifications made along the way to soften up some of the nose shape. Next up, I fitted a Porsche 906 windscreen. This would define the entire roof line as it flowed into the rear of the car. All of the roof shape was made by eye as I fine-tuned the aluminum tube structure until it satisfied the flow I had in mind for the car. When I get the two-buck to this stage, I'll oftentimes throw a car cover over it, which reveals the overall look and feel of the design. Now it was time to start shaping out the roof. Overall, the shape was beautiful, but a test fit with the customer was needed. We decided to enlarge the door opening to make access and exiting easier. At this vulnerable stage in the build, the car was invited to be shown at SEMA. Upon arriving back home, work immediately commenced back at the shop. Interior details were noted and body panels were formed over the course of the next 6 months. From building custom aluminum seats to laying out dash and switchgear, no detail was overlooked. The cockpit truly became a work of art with a James Bond meets fighter plane feel. As the panels were hammered out and refined, the RS010 commission was proving to be the best of everything we had learned in the short 6-year existence of the brand. Next up, attention was turned to the engine bay and grille work. 911 grille slats were carefully modified to fit the shape of the twin openings for the engine. Careful measurements were made to evenly space every slat, cutting them to a precise fit to fan out evenly over the opening. Finally, it was time to roll the car outside and get a look. The car was coming together beautifully. Now back inside for a final going over and we can get the car out for road testing. My customer made the trip to the shop for the initial shakedown. What an amazing experience. I've always said if you put your heart and soul into something, it's going to have that heart and soul when you use it. RS010 was no exception. Shortly after the build was completed, it was invited to be shown at the Quail during the Monterey Car Week. Here, 2 years after meeting my customer, we were together showing the car we dreamed up on the lawn next to some of the most prestigious cars in the world.